Minecraft, bringing home the bacon. Indeed, I'm kind of aiming for that in the long term. This is going to be Brian playing on the Mindcrack Fan Server, and I am finally going to start building a home. And so we're going to be working on that today, and I also have a lot of stuff to talk about related to Ultra Hardcore. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back to the Mindcrack Fan Server, and hi, Drunk Morgwin says hello, hi. Hi, Morgwin. Thanks for stopping by. Actually, I haven't been on the fan server in a number of days. It's been a busy last few days, mostly because of the fact that there's been so much Ultra Hardcore to watch. Let's see, who's on right now? Tyler and Monkey. And I want to get some more jungle wood. And yeah, I have a number of things I want to talk about today. And I have picked out where I want to live in town and what I want to do for a first build. And so that is kind of my plan to get things started. But before I do that, I need to cut down another tree and get some more wood. So I will meet you guys in a moment. Just as a reminder, there are a number of different towns with different themes on the Mindcrack fan server. There is Anarchist, which is anything goes. There's Futuristic. There is... which one is that? Treehouse. Modern. Steampunk, which I gave strong consideration to. Medieval. And finally, Western. And after looking at a bunch of different places and talking to some folks, I decided that I want to move into the Western town. And so I will give you a little walk around Western town, which is actually known as Cactus Creek. Please check your guns. Population 6. Creeper gang, not welcome. The population is actually going to go up when I move in, I suppose. But yeah, here's what we got. I believe, is this Pele's Ranch? Yeah, Pele's Ranch right here. It's got some cows living on the second floor. It's a nice looking Western building. I think, is this, Mitch, your chef, is building a saloon here, I think? Oh no, this is General Store. Mitch's General Store. And so it's still kind of like, I think only kind of the facade and the front. Oh, it's a bit more built out than the last time I saw it. And so that is coming along. I think, is it Data who has a water tower over here? Let's take a look at the sign of who owns this plot over here. Yes, it is Data, and he has like some kind of big water tower going on over here. We got a big, beautiful building over here. A few more empty plots. But let's take a look at this. I don't remember offhand. Is this Chef's Saloon then, maybe? The door is open. Come on in. Looks nice. Multiple stories. Very nice, very nice. Different rooms and whatnot, but I wonder if I go back out front if I'll actually be able to find the sign that labels this particular building. I think it might be over on this side, maybe. Or maybe not. Alright. Well, I don't remember whose build this is, but I will try to credit it in a future video, assuming that I can't find the sign right over here. Is it over here, maybe? Maybe, maybe, maybe? I guess not. Alright, we'll come back to that. But it's looking very nice. I like it, I like it. And then I know that Morgwin lives over here, and she has an apothecary. Because she's actually one of my neighbors. Has anyone moved in here yet? Plot number 4 is still available. But we can go ahead and hop over here. I need to eat some food. Some delicious steak. So here's Morgwin's apothecary. Gold that buys health can never be ill spent. I like it. Over here, I believe this is Purple, right? Yeah. Purple Nepenthe? I'm not sure the correct way to say that. She lives over here, and she's got kind of a, kind of more sandstone-ish kind of build going on. All very good, kind of western, deserty kind of themes. And in the back here, is this still on Morgwin's plot? Is it like more of the back building that's made of brick over here, I think? And, oh, right. Someone has a sheriff. Is it Omega? Yes, Omega Rainbow, who I think is actually like on vacation or something right now, is the county sheriff Oh, there's a saddled pig locked up in jail in one of the cells. Wanted. Dead or alive. Dead would be better. Creeper Kid. $150. Gang members. $80. Skeleton Sam. $120. Zombie Zed. No reward. I'll have to see if I can get some bad guys and, like, trap them inside one of the cells in here. That could be fun. But then finally, if we come over here in Western Town, there is a little plot that does not have much on it quite yet. But it is Western number 11. And I figured with 111, Lorgon 111, how could I not choose plot number 11? That's right over here behind Morgwin. And so, I have not set up a whole lot. Apparently, there's been a chicken walking around here. I see him over there because there's an egg. I have some carrots because I am planning to breed some pigs. Because I've gotten lots of saddles. I want to put away, let's see, I've got more jungle wood that goes up here. I've got some oak wood that goes down here, jungle wood. Trying to keep my different wood types separate so that they're easy to kind of go and grab later. But I figure the jungle wood has kind of a reddish kind of tinge to it, and I figure that might be the best color for building kind of a barn kind of building. And that's what I would like to do, is basically to build kind of a barn. And so I have some pictures of a barn actually over in another window. And you guys probably know, for those of you who've been with my channel for a while, I do not do much building. And so this will be tough for me, undoubtedly. There's a happy piggy right over here. I wonder if I can lure him closer with some carrots. I guess I'm going to need 2 piggies. I'm going to start breeding them, and so maybe I'll wait until I get 2 piggies nearby. Maybe I should have a structure to actually put them in as well. In any case, I have lots of... I've got some extra equipment over here, but I have lots of different wood types to build with. And so I do want to go ahead and put down some more dirt. And I think actually oak wood is likely to be the wood that I'm going to need the most in the near future. And so I'm going to go ahead and set down an oak sapling. Put away a few other different types of saplings in case I need those types of wood. I just happen to have them on me. Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to try to do some talking and some building. I will start kind of briefly about talking about the building, but then I have a couple of topics, mostly related to UHC that I want to talk about, and so we will get into them shortly. I guess Monkey is still logged into the server. And apparently he's not in the nether. And I don't have a sense... I'm on the edge of town over here, and so I don't have a good sense of if monsters are going to split. Yeah, there's a creeper right over there. I think for the sake of my plot, I should probably add some more light kind of right over here to kind of discourage monster spawning right on the edge of town. So that these guys from the Creeper Gang, who are obviously wanted felons, don't end up destroying all the stuff that I'm going to be working on over the next little while. And I should have plenty of arrows, and obviously I have mob farms where I can get more arrows. And so why don't I just go ahead and shoot the creepers with the arrows to go ahead and get those things started. And I'll also try to stay alive. The build that I'm going to be working on shouldn't be too kind of like tall or high of a build, so I'm not worried about dying of fall damage. And I'm wearing great armor, and so I'm not too worried about dying from mobs either. But we'll go ahead and pick a few of these guys off and add a little bit more light out here. Just have a little bit more of a safer perimeter. Hello, spider. You want to wrangle? You want to get wrestled? Haha! Take that. Oh, there's a creeper over here, too. You want some, too, don't you? Oh, take that. Look at that little double tap with the diamond sword. And one more to finish you off. Haha. Alright, enough wrangling the mobs out in frontier of the Western Desert. Let's get to work. So yeah, the thing that I would like to build is a barn. And I haven't really thought about the dimensions. I've kind of thought about the shape that I want it to go. But basically, I want it to kind of be long in this direction. And kind of up against the back of the plot here, but with some space in the front. I'm not sure if I'm going to need to level down the sand some more. But basically, I want it to kind of have a peaked roof over here. With just kind of like a little bit of an overhang kind of like sticking out over here. And then kind of a more sloped roof over on this side. And so I'm going to try to use the jungle wood that's got kind of this reddish hue. as kind of like the facade at the front of the building, and then maybe some oak wood stairs for kind of the roof. And I have vague ideas of what I want it to look like, but I'm sure I'm going to have to kind of like adjust things as we go along. One thing that I haven't thought about is kind of the depth of the building, and I want to have some space, like a couple spaces out from the town door right here before I start, as well as kind of being one away from the wall. And so this could be like kind of like the front corner. And then if I had a wall that was kind of going all the way down here, on the inside I want to have kind of like some stalls for some pigs. And so if each pig stall was a couple wide, like you could fit a pig stall here and then have like a fence, and then a pig stall here, and then like a fence, and then maybe another pig stall here, and then maybe the other wall. And so maybe this could be like the other boundary of it, and that would be wide enough, and then I just kind of go down this way. I guess I just need to build it and kind of like try it out and see how it is and see if I need to adjust. But I think that's what I'm going to try to start with. And then for height, let's see. I have to decide if I want to put in my own, I probably want like my own wooden floor as well, rather than just kind of building on the sand. And so then the idea would be, this would all be wood, and I think I would have the first two kind of spaces as a little landing that might have some pillars that just kind of like go over to the main building structure. Hello, Piggy. Would you like to live here in the future? You would? Hopefully you'll still be alive and you'll be able to. And then like maybe this ends up being kind of like the first portion of the actual wall of the structure, kind of right here. And so, yeah, and then I think I want to build, let's see, if this ends up being the floor, then I think I would want it to be like 3 tall on like the first floor so that it doesn't kind of like feel cramped vertically. And so the idea here, let's go ahead and swap this out real quick, is that kind of like here's the floor and here's kind of like what would be the top of the first floor, and then above that we'll have the peaked roof. And so yeah, I think that's gonna be good, and I'm gonna have to think about it again for a minute, and so give me a moment. Alright, I got a little bit more jungle wood, and so basically I can imagine the peaked roof. I'm gonna add stairs on top of this, but I can imagine I want it to basically be just kind of going like this. And would that be tall enough? I was thinking about, you know how barns like have like a place to like load in hay bales on the second floor or something? Like would it be enough to have kind of then a window on the second floor in there? I think it would at that height. I think maybe I'll go up one more and then come back down. Although I have no idea how I'm gonna kind of like build my way back down over here. And so I guess if I know that this is the middle, then I'm going to want to block here, and then I can just kind of count my way. Yeah, let me just, oops, that's okay. I have feather falling, right? Feather falling 4, boom noodle. All right, I'm going to count my way to like see where else I need to build this, so I'll be back in just a moment. Yeah, I think kind of like that. All right. And then, yeah, then the roof will kind of like extend out further this way. And so the plan is that there'll be kind of like, you know, pig stables with saddled pigs and different things in here. And then over in this portion might be kind of like more of a house or a shop portion of what I do with the interior. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the interior yet. In any case, I have that kind of like basically laid out. And I do think I'm going to use jungle wood on the bottom, and so I think I'll just start kind of like putting down floorboards, and while I'm doing that, we can start some storytelling. And most of this is going to be about ultra hardcore. And so there's a couple different things. So one is, obviously, Mindcrack has been playing ultra hardcore again, finally, hooray, which is always fun to watch. And so eventually I'm going to be talking about that. I'm recording this on Friday night, so I've already seen the first 6 episodes. And so there'll be kind of like spoilers from that. And so if you haven't seen the first 6 episodes, then at some point in the near future, you may want to stop watching this video and come back later after you've had a chance to catch up on that. But before I do that, I also played in a ultra hardcore match, a pickup match from the ultra hardcore subreddit that I played in, I guess it was last weekend, that went up on my channel a couple of days ago. And if you haven't watched that, I'm going to talk about that as well, so spoilers on that, but I'm going to talk about that one first. And so the ultra hardcore match that I played was the same format where basically there were teams of 4. The goal was to kill the dragon, and there was a known portal at 0-0 that only needed a couple of Eyes of Ender, or 3 Eyes of Ender to finish off. Although we only had 3 teams playing, whereas the Mindcrack folks had 5 teams of 4 playing. But yeah, I played in that match, and I very much wanted to rush in that match, and I had some experienced folks on my team, all folks who had played ultra hardcore before, and you know, who had some confidence that we could do some good things. And so I felt like I was very much pressing the entire time during that match. Kind of feel like it's similar to like how Seth Bling has been with his team in the Mindcrack ultra hardcore. But basically, yeah, I built a nether portal on the first day, although I didn't actually light it up until the next morning. And so we went into the nether very early, and we got lucky and found a fortress pretty easily. And PD managed to kill off some blazes at range, and so we got our blaze rods pretty quickly. We had a couple of unlucky moments, though. I always feel that ultra hardcore matches, there is really a ton that rides on luck. And I think for the roof over here, I'm going to have it like at this height, and then have half slabs that go down and down and down and down so that it has a very gentle slope over here. But I think I'm going to need like a couple more wide or long over here, and so I'm going to extend the floor a little bit farther over here. Yeah, I always feel with ultra hardcore that, you know, little bits of luck can really change the outcome. And in this case, one thing that was very bad luck was when we went into the nether, Oddmast got set on fire from unseen sources. Sometimes your client like doesn't see a fire where the server thinks there's a fire. And yeah, it seemed like he stepped into an invisible fire and got caught on fire, and he ended up taking like 7 hearts of damage or something from that, which was a real bummer. Let's see, that block lines up with that, I think, and so I think I still need to go 1 higher. So I think I need to go like that. We'll see if it lines up here in just a moment. This is with this, right? Yeah. I'm basically just trying to mirror things on both sides. So that was a bummer, and so then we did some caving, and the caving didn't really turn out. Like, we were trying to get some gold for golden apples, but then I kind of screwed up because I went around a corner and ran into a creeper, and ended up taking a ton of damage from the creeper. And I'll just fall down here again and put a block right there, I think. No, wanted to place it above that. Fix that, and admittedly, I'm probably going to fill all these blocks back in a minute, but just want to make sure that that looks right. So if I stand through here, can I like see through both arches? Yeah, I think that's going to look right. Yeah, and so basically we ended up down on hearts. We did find a skeleton dungeon, which was probably lucky. I feel like the skeleton dungeon might have actually held us back and slowed us down. But as a result, we got bows and arrows from it. And so basically, once we had bows and arrows, even though we were all pretty much down on hearts, it was like, we probably have enough to go kill the Ender Dragon. We never got, you know, diamonds or enchantments or stuff like that. But we decided to go for it. And we came close. We did not win. I guess rather than spoil the outcome entirely, if you haven't gone and watched it, you can go and watch it. But it ended up being, we got to the end, and it was an exciting fight. And yeah, possibly a preview of what's to come in the Mindcrack version of Ultra Hardcore. And I'll start talking about that in just a moment. So once again, if you don't want spoilers of that, now might be a time to tune away and come back later. But I need to think about the next portion of this that I want to try to build. And so I'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, I think the next thing I want to do is I want to kind of like put in the roof of this portion. That'll be the floor of this portion. And I want to do it with lower slabs because I don't know that I'm going to light up kind of like the top floor of the barn area. And so that's what I'm doing over here. So, next up, Mindcrack UHC through 6 episodes. Has been fun to watch, occasionally painful to watch. But yeah, for the most part, I definitely enjoy it. But at the same time, as always, I'm always thinking about kind of like strategy and errors that different teams make and what they could have done better or differently. And so that's what I want to talk about, mostly because there's a few things that are like true or untrue or myths. I was thinking about even doing like an exploration and tactics that was going to be like UHC Mythbusters kind of episode. But I decided that I didn't quite have enough content to turn that into an all too interesting ENT episode. And so instead, oops, I actually want that there and there. Let me make sure I get these going in the right spot. Yes. But yeah, let's talk about a few myths because there were a few that I saw. One was, at some point, Team Pottymouth, I think it was maybe Pyro, got set on fire in the Nether, and Anders had a bucket of water and tried to use it to put him out, and thought that the water worked in the Nether and put him out. Water does not work in the Nether, ever. And so it was just kind of like relatively coincidental timing. I think Pyro actually just like naturally, like the fire burned itself out before Anders even poured water on him. And I have actually gone in a previous exploration and tactics. The one thing you can do with water in the Nether is put it into a cauldron, which you can use for, filling the cauldron and then using that to fill glass bottles for potion brewing kind of stuff. However, even though you can go and stand in a cauldron full of water, like I've tried that in a previous exploration and tactics as well, and that does not put a fire out. So if you're on fire and you go stand in a cauldron of water, like you'll still keep burning. And so basically, there's nothing you can do. I think I want to have like a hole in the roof, but then like close it off like this. Yeah, if you're in the Nether and you're on fire, unless you have a fire resist potion or some fire protection armor that's going to help you go out quicker, you're just out of luck. Water isn't going to help you. And so that is kind of like a quick, I don't know, Minecraft game physics or myth busting or whatever that I wanted to go over. Another one that sparked the whole kind of, you've been ethoed. I should put some lights on here so that mobs don't end up spawning on top of these things until I put like stairs and different things around. I think that'll be enough light that mobs won't spawn like up on top of here. You've been ethoed. So Etho had a sharpness 1 iron sword and was talking about it relative to a diamond sword. And yeah, Etho knows his stuff, unsurprisingly. And Etho's like, sharpness 1 iron sword is better than a diamond sword all out. And that's absolutely true. Because basically with sharpness 1, there's like some randomness to it. I guess Monkey is still online and it's not in the Nether, and so I can't sleep away the night. There's some randomness to it, but a sharpness 1 iron sword will hit at least as well as a diamond sword, and possibly a half a heart or 1 heart more, I believe, are the numbers. And so that was like on one side, like Etho knowing what's up, and then on the other side, Team Nancy Drew got their 5 diamonds, and then they're talking about making diamond swords with it rather than talking about the enchanting table. And they spend like half an episode like debating what to do. And it's like, it's a no-brainer, folks. You got to make the enchanting table. Because then you also get the enchantments on your armor and you get better swords. And yes, absolutely. Enchanting. It's kind of ironic because Nancy Drew, like they kind of like, those 4 invented, and popularized ultra hardcore in the first place. And I know like the guys in the Mindcrack server, they don't play it very often. Not like me, who's always trying to get into pickup games of UHC. But at the same time, by now, I would think that they would know some of the basic strategy. And so that was kind of funny to me, and I was kind of like, shaking my head at them. But at the same time, Nancy Drew has been like totally entertaining and funny to watch. All right, the next thing I need to do, I need to get some oak wood stairs. So let me make a quick cut here. All right, and so I think for the roof, I want to go like this. And let's actually take a quick look at that and just kind of like see how it looks with the two different colors. It's going to be hard to tell, I suppose. I'm not sure that I'm going to love that, but I'm going to start by trying that out anyway. And we'll just have the stairs kind of going all the way across, and we can always go back and change it later if we have to. Yeah, one thing, I haven't done much building, but from watching everyone else who does do building, it seems like the correct strategy for like good building aesthetics is to be willing to build the wrong thing and then go back and change it, which is not something I enjoy the thought of, but at the same time, if it's the right thing to do, then that's what I gotta do, and I'm trying to learn how to build here. All right, and so we'll have, assuming I don't keep misplacing blocks, stairs going all the way across. All right, so more on UHC and kind of like myth busting or kind of like different strategy and game physics and stuff like that. Pause got an infinity bow, in fact, an infinity flame bow. But yeah, infinity can be a little bit misleading because even if you have an infinity bow, that doesn't mean you can use it forever because bows have durability and bows will get used up. I think a bow has something like, I want to say like on the order of like 250 shots on it by default. And so the infinity bow that he had, like, I think we had like half durability. It probably had like 150 shots on it. And so it doesn't mean, you know, that you can use it forever and have as many arrows as you want. The thing that it does mean is that you don't have to kill a bunch of chickens and farm a bunch of gravel in order to fire a bunch of shots out of it. And I just misplaced this. Let's fix that. And so the main benefit of the infinity bow is basically not having to farm as many arrows and not having also to worry about if you're firing on other teams, they can't pick up the arrows that you fire that miss, is the other benefit of the infinity bow. But at the same time, it's easy to lose track of the fact that the bow has durability, and so you can't just completely waste it, or you have to be willing to repair it later on with the anvil. All right, I'm going to need a whole lot more stairs than I thought. Mobs cannot spawn on stairs, I don't believe. But let's see. I guess this is still pretty much going to look the same. That's actually not looking too bad. And I don't know that I can get a good vantage point from it over here. Yeah, I think I might be able to live with that for getting things started. Do I have enough oak wood? Probably not, which is the reason that I've got the tree over there. I could grow it myself, but for now, I'll just do this, and let's see. Guess I can go like that, and then like that. And let's do one more. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Lots and lots of stairs. All right, great. So infinity bow was another interesting thing that I wanted to talk about. Good and what someone called the Goodacy. Basically, Good's little odyssey when he went into the portal and then came out a different portal. I saw a lot of people talking about how portal linkages work on the Reddit and how it all kind of like turned out that way. That is incorrect. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to successfully place this block where I want it to. There we go. Okay, great. I can do that. And so I guess if I go no. Do I have to be just like standing further out here? Not sure the correct place to stand in order to get these. Like if I place it on the bottom left, I guess it's because I'm facing more this way that it's angling around. And so I have to be like facing more this way. And so like if I just like, I don't know what I need to do in order to place more of these stairs correctly. Let's not worry about the bottom level right now. I'll come back to it. Let's just stand up here. So yeah, portal linkages. I have read a lot about it on the wiki and think that I mostly understand it. That said, I do not have an explanation for how it was that Good came out of that portal, but then some members of the other team, and I've already forgotten which team it was, I think it was Pottymouth, came out of that portal, went through the portal, the same portal that Good was in the Nether that he was building the cobblestone around. And some of them went back down into their base, and others of them ended up back on top. And there were discussions of like, 2-in-1 portals where like the left half of the portal takes you one place and the right half of the portal takes you another. But A, that's extremely unlikely. And B, at one point later on, two members of that team, one walks out the left-hand side of the portal and one walks out the right-hand side of the portal, and they both end up in the same final location. And so I don't think it was a 2-in-1. I can't come up with any explanation, basically, for why some people went back down to where Anderzel was, caving below ground, and some people came out back on top. I think it's just like some bug in the portal algorithm, whether it be with Bucket or Minecraft in general. I could be wrong. There's definitely still stuff that I don't understand. But I'm pretty sure that some of the other explanations I saw are definitely wrong, because if you go back and watch the video, it just doesn't add up. All right, I misplaced this block here. So let's put that back. Yeah, and I would say, I don't know, don't bother speculating in the comments about it, because I've read lots and lots of theories, and I feel like they're all wrong, so I won't believe you even if you're right. But in any case, that made for awesome, awesome footage. I feel like with UHCs, they end up with some really good, unexpected, dramatic moments. And Good coming out the other guy's portal was definitely one of those dramatic moments. And so that was super cool. All right, if I stand here and aim here. There we go. I almost have this roof finished. This is amazing. I have to decide, I guess I'll just do like oak half slabs then across the top level since it's centered and I can't have like stairs on both sides. I think that'll look good, maybe. It's getting a little late for it now, but a bunch of people speculated about the intro because like the footage in the intro was made by Pyro and it was awesome, like the music and the pictures of the people or whatever. Like that was a really great intro. I liked it. A lot of people liked it. But some people were speculating that it had spoilers because it showed some footage in the end, and so it meant that Pyro's team was getting to the end, but you know, the Mindcrackers are not stupid, and they're not going to spoil things that way. And if you take a careful look at the end footage, like, the inventory that he has in the end is completely inappropriate. And so it was obvious that that was just, like, single player, like, making some good end footage to, like, have as part of the video intro. And so the video introductions that most of the folks are using does not in itself contain a spoiler. All right, and so that's a lower half slab, so mobs also can't spawn on that, and so that means the entire roof is going to be mob proof, and so that is super cool. And right, I left an actual extra stair right there, and I guess now, just temporarily, so that I have a way to get up here. Oops. Crazy inventory. I will do something like this. So that I can walk up here, and I'll just put a little ladder over here. So I can kind of like get up into this area. But this will be, you know, like the, I don't know, like hay loft area of the barn or whatever. And I'll probably leave kind of an open door over here that maybe has some kind of design on it. It's kind of like the door on the second floor. I was thinking about having like tripwire hooks maybe like sticking out that look like they could be, you know, where you'd have like some ropes hanging over or whatever to like loft some hay up into the barn. It's kind of like aesthetics. But yeah, that's really coming along. I'm kind of pleased with this so far, actually, in terms of my own experience with building. Let's see. I've probably been talking for a while. Let me go ahead and check on the time. Alright, I do already have a lot of video for today, and I am running out of time to record this tonight. And so I'll just, a couple other things I want to talk about very briefly, and next time we'll come back and do some more building over here, or possibly go caving with some more folks on the fan server for the next fan server video, I'm not sure yet. Kurt and Team Dookie. So Kurt, again, has not taken damage, which is amazing. But at the same time, it's because he's kind of a careful and slow player, and overall his team is being slow. And so in prior UHCs, that would be great, and they would be doing awesome. In this UHC, the goal is not to live and outlast the other players. The goal is to kill the dragon. And so I've been worried the entire time that they are way behind. and that they're going to lose. And so I'm afraid that some other team is going to kill the dragon before they even have a chance to get to the end, even though they have so much hit points and have so many resources. At the same time, it looks like we're headed for like a 3 or 4 way collision at the end portal, and so maybe other teams will kill each other off, and then, you know, they'll have free reign to go in there and kill the dragon. It's hard to predict. That's one of the things that makes these ultra hardcore matches so exciting and so fun to watch. So we'll just have to see. The one other thing I was going to say is, as a result of Mindcrack Season 9 Ultra Hardcore, there has been an influx of new players to the Reddit, the subreddit for Ultra Hardcore games, to get into pickup matches like the ones you see me playing sometimes. And so I've been talking with some of the moderators and organizers there, and we've been talking about possibly like trying to put together some introductory resources for newbies about like how to get into your first Ultra Hardcore pickup game and what to expect and different things like that. And so if that's something you would like to see, let me know. I've been thinking about trying to make, you know, like an introductory video that talks about some of that. We've been trying to make some things to make the subreddit a little bit more welcoming, or trying to do some other things to make it easier to organize matches. And so I've been trying to help out there, and so perhaps you'll hear more about that in the future. But for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I've started building some kind of barn structure over here. Obviously, there's a lot to go, but I'm happy that I've at least gotten something going and managed to talk about some topics that I wanted to talk about at the same time. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll see you guys again soon, whether it be here on the fan server, in Exploration and Tactics, in another UHC match, or who knows what. So, I'll say it again. Hope you guys are having a great day. Bye-bye.